and the poll overwhelmingly said Caruso by 60%.
I mean, I think that we kind of said that last. Well, yeah, I think last episode we kind of discussed that, and he's one of the guys that I want to keep to build around. I want the Lakers franchise to build around Caruso. That's what I really want.
So the thing that I love about this, since it's 100 votes, that means that's the exact number of people who voted. So 60 people said Caruso, 2% said Kuzma, 12%.
Those two people were me.
Taylor Horton Tucker got 25% of the vote, and then the rest went to KCP, which I do believe is 13%. So that was a overwhelming thing to see. But at the same time, I think if you do keep Taylor Horton Tucker, who was the second-round draft pick that has spent 2 years with the Lakers, has already won a championship, he's kind of following the same suit as Kuzma, right? Who's been here for quite a little bit longer.
Yeah, I just feel like his ceiling's a lot higher than Kuzma. I feel like Kuzma already hit it. Like, the dude's already older, and this is pretty much what we're going to get. Like, he's a good role player, don't get me wrong, but I think he's just kind of he's got nowhere to go, like nowhere else to, like, I mean, if he wants to be a starter, he has to go like somewhere else to do it. Maybe Sacramento, I would love that trade. Just to get rid of him. But I mean, I think his time is done in LA. I'm kind of just, I feel like we've already seen the best of him already.
Yeah.
What do you think?
With me, I've said this before, and I feel as if like his ceiling is hit the ceiling, or I'm sorry, his potential is hit the ceiling here in LA. But if he goes, let's say, to another team that's like up and coming, he's easily going to average 20 points a game. He's going to be, I guarantee this. All the Laker fans that are complaining about Kuzma today will next season say, oh, man, we should never let him go. It's the Julius Randle, Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball effect. And I really think we're going to see this with Kyle Kuzma, where we're just going to be like, damn, how come he didn't do that with the Lakers?
But don't you think it's because we're kind of top heavy? That's why. I mean, he's like going to be like what, the fourth or fifth guy?
Look, the Lakers,
sixth guy.
The Lakers are not a franchise that you can build with thin. Like you can't. Like as much as a good job as the Buses have done scouting, we have realized that this is not a championship team that you can build from within the organization. This is not like the Golden State Warriors. This is where you grab the superstars from another team. And the only reason why Kobe was able to do it is because Kobe is a special breed. Kobe was able to like outlast Eddie Jones, Nick Van Exel, and then become the starter and amazing god that he was.
Yeah, he's a generational player. Kuzma, not so much. He's a 6-month guy. I don't know.
And don't get me wrong, I still like Kuzma. I didn't like the way he played this year. Like there were moments where I was like, man, Kuzma's really doing well. He's shining in all areas. And then in the playoffs, there comes the times where he's choking, and he had no reason because he was there the most. He showed up, he got the playing time, and he was very consistent in terms of his minutes that he was getting on the floor.
As long as his hair was blonde.
You thought there was a pattern where it was like the brown hair was playing better than the blonde hair, or vice versa?
Yeah, the ramen hair was playing much better than the I guess the dark hair.
The Slim Shady.
The Slim Shady effect.
Well,
that's what it was.
We also have another graphic because I just wanted to show real quick the payroll of the Lakers. So that is what's going to this season and the next 5 years of what the payrolls look like. Locked up long term is LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is expected to come back. $13 million next year. Montrezl Harrell is on the player option, even though he's dropped hints as to, well, he's not coming back next year. Kyle Kuzma is locked up for another 3 years. Marc Gasol, Alonzo McKinney, and unfortunately, Luol Deng. Remember that contract? Remember that? How fun that was?
Oh, geez. Are we still dealing with it?
Yeah, we're still dealing with that. One more year. And I remember at the start
of... Oh, my gosh.
This is like, what's that one baseball player from the Mets? I forget his name.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about.
My tongue, yeah.
We always celebrate
Bobby Bonilla.
Thank you. Yeah, it's like his contract. It felt as if like it will never end.
Oof. I feel like we've been dealing with him for it's been like what, 6 years? 5 years?
About, yeah, because this was when I want to say it was after Mozgov won the championship, so it was 2015. So that means it was the offseason of 2015, if not 16.
Oh, geez, Dude, like, that's a grown child already.
Yeah.
Like, at this point, you can give him up for adoption now.
Well, I really feel as if with, like, the Lakers, we look at the payroll options, Go back real quick. I'm sorry. Just wanted to show one other thing. LeBron James, Anthony Davis are eating about maybe half of what they have payroll-wise. I want to say the salary cap will be expanding about 15 million more. So for the room that you have, it's very limited. When it comes to Alex Caruso, I want Alex Caruso to come back. You want him to come back. We stressed about that last week. We're going to have to make this window fit because I don't think Caruso is going to say, hey, like, I deserve $8 million a year, and you can bring him back on that type of contract.
He did say, though, he's willing to take – well, no, he didn't actually technically say he'd take a pay cut. But he said something along the lines of, the Lakers is where he wants to stay and play, and he's willing to kind of do whatever he has to do to stay. Something around those lines. I don't quote me exactly because I know I'm just botching it. But I want to say he said something like where he's willing to stay. I don't know if you heard anything like that, but that's what I heard.
Again, I heard like when he was saying that, it was along the lines of partnership, and that was what was misleading to me. I was like...
Partnership? Like he wants a percentage of the company?
No, he was making it seem like this is a partnership, like he knows his worth, the Lakers know their worth. A lot of Laker fans are hoping that Lonzo Ball can be reunited with the Lakers. What do you have to say about that? Like, why would you be okay with Lonzo Ball coming back despite the first time he was on the Lakers not ending well?
Because Schroeder is trash and we need a point guard. Back to you, Jim.
I mean, I did like Schroeder.
I don't know, man. There's something about Schroeder. I'm telling you, I know we're spoiled as Laker fans, with who we've had in the past, but he just, for me, I judge everyone in the postseason, and that's where the pressure's on, and I feel like I'm with Magic for once when it came to him criticizing, a basketball player. I was like, yeah, for once he's actually like right, and I kind of feel like he's just not a good fit, but you like him. Why do you like him so much?
No, I like Schroeder because I thought Schroeder played well for the regular season. I thought he was playing what you signed him up to be as far as a contract. You you expect him to be an athletic, speedy point guard that can get to the rim and score, and he did just that. It's just I'm not sure. He doesn't have much experience in the playoffs. Maybe like in the Eastern Conference with the Hawks. Last year with the OKC where he was behind Shea and Chris Paul. But I really thought when it came for him to shine in the playoffs, he did choke. And that was the thing. I would say it was a much like when you're trying to end a relationship where you look like the good person. That's what it felt like with Schroeder. Schroeder wanted to look like he was the better person. And by him going scoreless in the second to last game and that just took everything off the table where it's just like, okay, I have to come back. I have to redeem myself. I have to create this better image. Otherwise, him taking Lakers off of his Instagram bio was going to make him look dumb as hell.
It was a little shady and it was a little suspect. It's almost like he checked out. But like I said, I mean, you're absolutely right. He did, provide, pretty good performances during the regular season. But that regular season, yeah, I mean, obviously we build to the playoffs, but I don't know. I look everyone under the microscope with in the playoffs, and I understand he doesn't have that much experience, but it's kind of like I don't know. I feel like it's either you make or break, and I feel like he just kind of just broke, and I don't know. Maybe I hope he changes my mind. If we're gonna stick with him and we keep him, I hope he changes my mind and everyone else's because I know he's not very loved by a lot of people right now.
Well, going back to the Lonzo thing, I do understand where Laker fans are coming from. The only potential is I don't blame Lonzo for the way he played with the Lakers. I blame his dad. So if you bring back Lonzo, you could very well bring back his dad into the public eye. His dad might be back at like the ESPN or like Fox FS1 studios right here in Burbank, and it's just he might go down and just like do interviews galore.
And I'm okay with that. I love the Big Baller brand. I bought all the bootlegs because I refused to give them my money when it came to supporting their brand. Does it even exist anymore?
No, I don't think it's done. It's completely over.
Okay. So my bootleg shirts are collector's items.
Well, also it seems like LaMelo right now is the favorite son, and so I think maybe Lonzo can slip it under the radar and just daddy will just be concentrating on LaMelo and LeVar can do his thing on here.
I agree.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I kind of feel like, he's been away, he's been away for quite some time. He's matured. And his dad, isn't barking around him all the time anymore. So I feel like this time around, if he does come back, or if we do trade for him, if it ever happens, I think it'll be a little bit different of an experience for him and for us as well. So that's my take. But
And plus, he finally developed a shot while he was in New Orleans. So
hey, he did. That's right.
He can shoot threes. That would be good. I know we were mentioning 3-point shooters last segment, but as you mentioned, also the Lakers-Sacramento trade. The Lakers are hoping that if they trade Kuzma, they could get Buddy Hield. And there's obviously this is a little taste of it. If Mike can just cut to the picture of Kuzma in a Kings jersey and Buddy Hield wearing a Laker jersey. Look at that. How does that look to you?
Oh, it looks pretty. That looks very comforting, just because Kuzma's no longer in a Lakers jersey.
I mean, obviously, Buddy Hield is wearing 24 up in Sacramento, so they had to change the number to 99 because there's no way in hell will he wear 24 with the Lakers.
That's true. I don't think. I mean, who is? I'm sure there's other players on other teams that still wear 24, right?
Yeah, there is. I just none off the top of my head.
Yeah.
I do think there's, from all the options, Buddy Hield is going to be expensive. He's $24 million this year. He's about 4 years into his contract, or he's in his first year of his 4-year contract with the Sacramento Kings. So, yeah, he got paid $24 million this year. Next year he'll be 22, 20, and then 18 for his final year. I think you're going to have to give up more. So maybe it's going to be Kuzma and KCP. But in my eyes, if you're trading away Kuzma, he has a high ceiling in terms of potential, and he could be the star of a franchise. So it's not a trade worth my eyes of grabbing more.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, I know it's gonna. I wish we could do a trade straight up with Kuzma, but I know they're gonna want a couple more pieces. I'm assuming at least maybe two more. So I would think you would think a KCP. I would think they'd want like THT and maybe a Caruso, but no, that's too much
to match salaries, because Kuzma is like 13 and then KCP is around the same. So like otherwise it would be just lopsided contracts.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, I want us to get better. So if I feel like, I don't know, like as much as this like Pelinka keeps talking about keeping this core, keeping this unit together, I feel like you might have to shake it up, because I feel like this year just didn't work out. I going back to us missing Dwight McGee and Rondo. I feel like those were some of the main reasons why we just I don't know, we could have been better.
I'm glad you mentioned Dwight, because Dwight is also available as a free agent, so there's a good chance that they can re-sign him.
I would want him back. I'll take him back. I mean, hopefully he just doesn't act up again. But I think he'll be fine this time around again, because he's got his ring.
Would you rather have Dwight come back or JaVale?
Dwight.
Ooh, good question. I would say Dwight. Yeah, I think Dwight, only because I don't know, JaVale sometimes he still has his dull moments, but Dwight, I feel like, I don't know. I feel Dwight would be more of the best out of the one or the other. I feel like it'd be Dwight. I don't know how you think, Zach. But.
Well, JaVale wasn't getting that much playing time this year, whereas like Dwight was actually thriving as a role player behind Joel Embiid. So
that's right. You mentioned that too.
And people were always like grabbing screenshots of his hair. So I was just like, while people were making fun of his hair from last night, where it's like, doesn't this look like the fries from Aqua Teen Hunger Force? I was just like, there was part of me like looking at the image. I'm like, I miss looking at Dwight's hair.